So today we're going to be looking at Hinduism, and this is a polytheistic religion again in India. And today we want to unpack a couple of their important concepts, namely reincarnation, moksha, and karma. So there's this cycle that's called Samsara. And if you look over here at this picture, it's the cycle of birth and then life and then death. And so they believe that everybody is on this cycle, that everybody who is living now was born, and that they're going to live, and that everybody is going to die. But once that happens, instead of going to an afterlife, say a heaven or a hell or to nothing, they believe that you are going to be reincarnated. You are going to be born again into this world, and you are going to live another life, and you are going to die. And then you are going to be born again into this world. But when you are reincarnated, or when you respawn for all those gamers, you don't come back into this life as the same person or even as a person. You come back into this life in a different setting. Okay? They believe that the way you live in this world determines what is coming to you in the future. This is the idea of karma. It's the law of cause and effect. If you do good things or bad things, those good or bad things are going to come back to you. You see this man sitting here pushing these dominoes, and he pushes them over, and eventually they're going to come around and they are going to squash him. They believe in karma. What you do in this life will determine where you are reborn in your next life. Now, this connects with something called the caste system. If you see this pyramid right here, in India for a very long time, there has been a class system. At the top, you have the priests and teachers. Then you have the warriors and the rulers. Below them, you have the business people and the farmers. At the very bottom, you have the laborers. And at the very, very bottom, below everything else, you have this group that's called the Dalits, or the oppressed, or untouchables. And they do the worst and dirtiest and most dangerous jobs in India. The idea is, if in your previous life you have done enough good, then you will be reborn into a better class. But if you are born into a family that is in one of the lowest castes, that shows that the life that you lived before was not filled with good. And so people try to live a better life now on this earth, so that when they are reborn into this earth, they will be in a higher class or a higher caste. To escape this system, we are trying to find moksha. Now, they also believe in this idea of Dharma, that everyone has a duty or a path they must follow. And if you do good Dharma, if you do your job and follow your path, then when you are reborn, you will be reborn into a higher class. People are trying to live well enough in this life so that in later lives they will be at a higher class. And eventually they will reach this place of moksha, where you escape this cycle and you're finally at one. This is a place where you will be free of pain and suffering. The Hindu faith lives and is expressed now in a way where people are trying to do good so that later on they can be in a better setting, and eventually, at some point, they can reach this place of moksha.